Guess where we're going? Right into the foam cannon, right? We're right in. We got foam wash ready to go in our foam cannon. All right, so we're working with the 1 bucket method, no 2 bucket method here. We folded our towels properly. One of the ways to save time is get those hard to reach windshield spots while you're getting the roof. Marty, I'll get the roof if you want to start working the lower panels, and I'll kind of follow you when I get done here. And I think this is the important thing. We got to keep reminding people the purpose of this video is to do what? Get our car cleaned up when we don't have a lot of time. That way we don't skimp out on the maintenance. Because you're not always going to have all the time in the world, right? And so what happens is people end up skipping it because they don't have the best process, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can see that we're still doing a fairly detailed process. We've already done the wheels. Now we're doing foam wash, which is pH neutral. So even if you're working outside, you don't have to be in some kind of rush.
So Nick, when I come down here and I'm at this lower rocker panel, I think there's a tendency, we kind of come down here and we go, you know, it's okay, I just want to rub this again real quick, right? We'll see that.
Yep.
With this method, you can't. You get down here, you have to be ready to flip.
Yep, and you should do that even if you're using a wash pad. I mean, look at that. So I'm going to start over here. And remember, no pressure. We've already done a pre-rinse. We've really hit the hard to reach areas with, or the beat up areas with TRX, a little pre-spray. And this type of process, you know, especially guys out there that really are high level DIYers or professionals, a lot of times they can't cut down on their time, right? They can't cut their time down and they don't know why. And the truth is, it's because they're not doing things in the right order, which is, you know, part of the reason we're here is to kind of tell guys or show guys a way to have an elite process.
Yeah, sometimes when you think detail, you think, oh gosh, it's going to take forever.
Yeah.
You know, this is going to be tough.
And it's probably the reason most people skip maintaining their car, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Right? Whether that's just a customer we've had over the years or, you know, things that we see is that people think that you have to have this big, long process. And those are great on those days that you have that time. But you don't always have that time, but it doesn't mean you have to skip things, right? And that's the most important part here is how do we keep our car in that detailed fashion without, you know, spending all day? Well, sometimes you just got to say, hey, what's important? You know, wheels are always important. That's what sets the car off. But the reality is, especially if you have a coated car, right? You can really take care of your car in a pretty quick amount of time. So there is no reason, after watching this quick process, to ever skip detailing your car, right?
No, because even if I think, hey, I want to go real quick, I've got to get to, right, fill in the blank like we already talked about, hey, you can quickly go through and you're getting a much better result.
100%.
The looks that you're going to receive from detailing instead of just running it through a wash.
And, you know, this isn't something that you and I instinctually know. You're talking about 45 years of detailing cars, and now we're sharing it here on our YouTube channel.
All right, so I've finished all 8 sides.
Yep, same with me.
What do? I go, I'm done, right? I just go put it away.
Yep, this is going into the...
This is the same as we do on a rinseless.
Pretty similar.
Very similar to what we would do on a rinseless. We're just now interjecting foam cannon, soap, and all that.
Yep. And so, like I said, there was no elite shop I ever went to that was ever using the 2 bucket method. They may have told you, they may have shown it on a video to impress people, but this is a way more elite process. And this is where you want to spend a little extra time. We've already done the agitation wash. We've gotten everywhere. Here's really where you want to spend some time. Do a thorough final rinse. It'll set you up in your last steps. Marty, one thing I want to bring up here, it's really important for guys to understand that I took my time rinsing this, but the great thing about foam wash, honestly, is that it rinses really easily. If you have a soap fighting you, this step's going to take way longer. And so you can see it rinsed really easy, but that speeds up the process to have the right formulated soap. Hey Marty, one of the things on the gas can we want to let people know, stand to the side. You don't want to hit yourself in the face with some water. We all have done that. Marty, one of the things I want to bring up when you're rinsing, it works in your favor. We all know how dirty door jambs get, is to turn your pressure washer into that little door crevice. You know, it's a lot easier to do that. There's some water getting in there. It's not getting into the interior, but all the body lines follow with your pressure washer. It'll make the rinse a lot more thorough. You'll have a lot less dirt in your door jambs, things like that. All right, so we have all the cracks and crevices blown out. We're gonna have to put a layer of slick on this car, a little protection. There's no real protection on this car. That's why you don't skip details, to be honest, or you need to make sure you ceramic coat it. So now we're gonna speed the process up even more. We're gonna take our Infinite Shine, which is a nice sprayable pattern on your tires, and before we go drying it, we're gonna go ahead and get some tire shine, tire dressing, setting up. Now I didn't go overboard. I know it looks a little wet. It'll kind of dry matte. You'll see that I'm moving as I'm spraying. And the reason I'm doing this is because we're in a hurry, right? We're trying to keep our car looking good for whatever it is we have coming up, but I got 30 minutes, 20 minutes to get the outside looking right. So this is a nice step to speed up your process. You're not gonna get it all over your paint. You're not gonna spray it all over your rims as long as you, again, kind of mist it and move your hand. You're gonna be just fine. So this is another way to speed up the process because we still gotta get the paint handled. We still gotta get it dried. We gotta get some protection on. We're trying to do this realistically, Marshall. We're trying to do this in under 30 minutes. That's why we did the steps in the order we did. That's why we're gonna go ahead and spray. And so that's a great place to cut some time, because now when we go back and look over the tires, we're just gonna take our applicator and we're literally just gonna move this around. It's gonna be ready to go. By the time I get done, by the time I go shower, by the time I get ready for my event, this stuff's gonna be dry and it's gonna be a nice kind of semi-matte finish. So I really love this product. All right, Marshall. So we got the tire dressing setting up, Infinite Shine setting up. Again, this is about saving time. So we're not gonna take the bottle off our shoulder all the time, right? What we're gonna do here is we're gonna pre-spray the whole car with slick. Now I have no protection on the car. That's why I'm going a little heavier. If I had a well-protected car, I definitely wouldn't be doing this amount, okay? If I was in direct sunlight, I wouldn't be doing it like this, obviously. Safe on glass. One of the important things here is we're just trying to get her done, right? We're just trying to get her rolling. Make sure that we take care of our car, that we have it looking right for our event, car show, whatever it is I'm going to, okay? And again, I wouldn't be using this level if we had a car that was maintained. This car needs some love. And to be honest with you, this is just a really, really, really easy way to cut some time off by giving this pre-spray here. And so, all right. Now, Marty, what I do, if I have a fresh towel, obviously like I do here, one of the things I'm gonna do is fold the big chug up, and we're going to soak it with some slick. You can soak yours with some slick. And if you do me a favor, kind of get that front bumper a little better. And just long sweeping strokes. Slick is super easy to work with. So you don't need to buff it like crazy. You know, you don't need to go wild and worry about it, okay? So then I just flip to the dry side while it's soaked in a little bit. Come back, nice easy finish. And I'm even going to be able to get my windows pretty close to perfect, right? I think that's one thing you and I love about this formula. And you're gonna probably have to do a step stool on your side to get the rest of the roof. I'll get as much as I can. And again, this is what happens when you skip details, right? We've all been there. Life gets in the way, huh, Marty? And you know, you just don't take care of it the way you should. You missed out, kids have games, you've had a bunch of events, maybe work's really busy. And now, this car's been sitting for quite a while, it looks like, without any protection. But that slickness is coming back. We overloaded it, remember? At the beginning.
Yeah, but you can feel it, right? When you're wiping the paint, you can feel it. That would be the reason to overload.
Yeah, this is a non-protected vehicle. And so, you know, again,
there's a lot of people that run into that problem though, right? They think, wow, I'm putting on too much product, right? I just use, 5 ounces.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, yeah, that's too much. It's too much product.
It's pennies. It's pennies, right? And again, if you have a coated vehicle, you're not going to have to go through this. If you have a protected vehicle, let's say you have slick already on the vehicle, you have spray coat on the vehicle, and it's holding up well. Well maintained is going to be different than what we ran into here, okay? But again, let's say this person watching or this person here with this car is trying to take better care of their car. You can always find an excuse not to get your car detailed. And I think the process we're sharing here is how to get a very, very, very detailed look without spending hours and hours and hours like we all love to do. And we have plenty of videos showing a more in-depth process. But we essentially, here, Marty, got perfectly detailed wheels. We have dressing setting up. We're protecting the car. We're giving it some pop and shine. And we're doing all of this under 30 minutes.